morning, Roger. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Really good day, a really good week, and we make a lot of progress. So I am ready for that.
Well, today, guys, what is it? Do we struggle with how to invite? And what's more, how do you find new prospects? It can be daunting for some people, but, we've done different programs, how to live on the edge and beyond the edge of your comfort zone. Only way to live. And what we hope to be able to do is share with you over the next half an hour, 45 minutes on how you can find it very easy to find new prospects. But the big thing, all you need to be able to do is find that prospect and then invite them to a presentation. So without further ado, what I'm going to do, we are now recording, but just good morning to everyone if you've just popped in. And I'm just going to share my screen again.
Our world is no longer in good health. It is suffering. Ever-increasing levels of air, water, and plastic pollution are creating a menacing chokehold around our quality of life. We are drowning in a sea of waste. Many of us think that there is little we can do to change it. Is that so? As a company, Corsair's mission is to build and develop effective solutions to these threats. Corsair helps the environment by removing plastic waste and then recycling it, by reducing the number of poisonous particles in the air that you breathe daily, and by cleaning our rivers and oceans from toxic pollution. In addition, Corsair aims to reverse climate change and reduce global poverty, helping those in a need. Funded by both private investors and a network of environmentally conscious entrepreneurs called Amplivo, Corsair is here to help save our world. We are asking you to join us and clean our planet from the pollution that is killing it. We are asking you to join the fight so that together we can leave a safer and healthier world to our children and future generations. When we work together, we can make a difference. By being part of the Amplivo network and helping others, you also can earn an income, create wealth, and move towards financial freedom. Interested to know more? We thought so. Let us connect. Corsair, for a cleaner future.
Get a link to this video. If you don't have it in your sales toolbox, have it close by, share it with as many people as you possibly can. Right now, I'm going to stop share and I'm going to hand over to my good friend and colleague, Mr. Renato, and he will go through some steps further. We've got some nice little videos and that sort of thing for you that we can play going on, but sit back, relax, take some notes, and hopefully you can move forward. Thank you. Good morning, Rene.
Good morning, Roger, and good morning, everybody on this Amplivo Weekly Call. I like this topic as well, and I think this is one of the most important things as well, that people want to figure out how to find the prospects and how to invite. And I know for experience that you have a lot of contacts in your phone, and maybe you want to WhatsApp them totally, let's say in 1 hour, and then you are out of prospects and you have no friends anymore, etc., etc. So the main question is how to find the prospects and how to invite. But on the other hand, we have different things as well. So in this presentation, I will dive in more in detail so that you can more understand what kind of basic principles you can have if you want to become a professional or an Amplivo influencer as well. So jump in that. And let's start it with the first slide, how to find the prospects and how to invite. let me start it to give you some examples from my own experience as well. I personally started network marketing over 15 years ago, and I make a lot of mistakes. And I've struggled many times with thoughts and give up about not 100 times, I think maybe 1,000 times. But in the end, I did not end. And now after 15 years, I have seen a lot of things, and I have also experienced a lot. And I think that the more years you are busy with the business of the network marketing, the more you learn, and the more mistakes you make, the more you learn as well. So if we look at the basics, what I see in all my experience the last 20 years is that we have 3 categories of people in network marketing, and we have 2 skills that are the most important to be successful. So I know from experience as well, and that when you are aware of this kind of categories and 2 skills, you can choose whatever you become to. So let's dive in more into the categories. Is that you have the starters, that are the people just started with network marketing basics, and then after a while you can become an amateur, and after a while you can be a professional. So the other thing, and that's more a skill, is how to find the people. That's a skill. And how to invite. It's something like that. It's also a skill that you want to run the marathon, or you are staying for the audience to doing a business presentation. It's just a skill, and it's more practice. And in this presentation, I want to dive in that one as well. So when I first started out, I was a starter. Really, I was just a starter. I was nothing. Just started in network marketing business, and when I saw it for the first time and I saw all the numbers, I, all right, this is really, really big. And I saw myself already millionaire, and in a couple of weeks. But the practice is really, really the other way. So in the first time I got some results because of my enthusiasm, and I keep going, and I have results, at least in the short term. And I was excited because I made my first money by simply inviting people. Normally, 20 years ago, I worked for a boss, and every day I was driving to my work and worked all day, and then driving back to my home and having dinner, and with spare time with my family, etc., etc. And the next day I go again to my work. And when I just invite the people, and what I was doing every night when I driving home with my car from my home to from my work to my home, I had something about 30 minutes. And in that 30 minutes, I just call everybody. And that was my sport. How much people can I call in that 30 minutes? So that was my thing. And in the meantime, in that 30 minutes, I earn more money than I work for the boss. So that was my switch, that I like this, because I'm only just invite the people for a business presentation, and now I earn the money while I'm sitting in the car. I like that one. So within about 90 days, I moved out of that category of becoming an amateur, and I focused myself on several things. And I was focusing on magic. And magic was my first topic. I hoped that one day I would sign up someone who would set up a whole team for me. I'm just looking for that one. And I was just wondering, what if I can sign up one person and they do the job for myself, so that I don't have to do the job what that person can do? That's, yeah, that day will never came, because I hope for every day that somebody can do the job in my team as well, but that day never came. So the second thing, what I can bring focus on that, was timing. Was I one of the first in the Netherlands? And I bet you that you have this experience as well, when you are for many years in the network marketing. And this is the second thing what you're thinking about. Was I one of the first in the Netherlands? Because when I was the first in the Netherlands, I can create a lot of team and a lot of downline. And if I could be the first to do something, well, then I went like clockwise. And unfortunately, I am often one of the first to start, but the magic of being the first passed me quickly too as well. So the other thing is, all right, that will not be work. So the third thing what I focused on was position. What kind of position was I in? Am I in the strongest leg? And hopefully a lot of people agree with me. Am I in the strongest leg? Because when I am in the strongest leg, the people in front of me, in my uplines, will do the job. So do I have a good upline who will take care of my downline and my success? And yeah, sometimes that will be worked out. And one leg will be built fast, really, really fast. But then I figure out, when I walk, I have two legs. Otherwise, I fell down. So one leg was very strong and the other leg was very weak. So again, I must work on my weakest leg. So that was also very difficult as well. So once I was in a strong leg, that was my fault. The rest came naturally because I have a good upline that are my people in my team. But on the other hand, I have a weakest leg and that will not be worked out as well. So in that way, also nothing happened. And I'm a little bit disappointed at that one as well. So the fourth thing is that I was focused on the next thing because I want to become a professional in my profession as a network marketer. So I try everything. So if I cannot go from A to Z, then I go to B to Z. And the fourth thing what I was focused on, that was the short route, the fast route. If I could get 100 people in one time, then things would go really, really fast. Advertising, yes, I'm in. Sending out flyers, yes. I print thousands of flyers and walk through every single house in my neighborhood. And mailings like name and email addresses, and I collected. And I sent a lot of people a mailing list. Video marketing, I did it. I did everything. But on the end, nothing works for me. So it's maybe a little disappointed when you saw these topics, but I know this is the experience. And I know that when you are just started with network marketing, that can also be your experience as well. And when you have this experience and you have not the mindset as like a professional and that you want to become the strongest and the best person in network marketing, what you want, then it can be a little bit disappointed and your doubts and your belief in the company and your belief in network marketing goes to zero. And when it goes to zero, by the end, you give up and then you look for another opportunity. Yeah, maybe in this company. And let me tell you, it's exactly the same and everything is exactly the same. Your same experience, what you have right now is the same experience with another company, etc., etc. So on the end, and I think this is one of my, how can I say that? This is one of my eye-opening is, let's say that you are a smoker and you want to try to stop smoking. But if you are trying to stop smoking, probably you're not stopping smoking because otherwise you cannot try to stop smoking. So you make a choice. You are smoking or you are don't smoking. So this is the same thing when you are a supporter of Amplivo or you want to become an Amplivo influencer as a professional network marketer. So it's just a choice to become a professional network marketer. And as soon as I make a choice in my mind that I'm not anymore an amateur, I'm not anymore a starter, I choose to become a professional in network marketing. And a professional person is someone who has the right skills to build a large and successful network marketing organization as well. So what did I do differently as a professional? Let me compare this with a professional athlete. They train for years. And maybe you figure out that when you're watching the sports or the Olympics and you see somebody who runs the 1,000 meter and they get a golden plaque. And maybe you have figured out how many hours, how many days, how many weeks, how many years they are trained to become the #1 gold medal in a run of 1,000 meters in just, let's say, 3 minutes. I don't know what the time is that, but let's say 3 minutes. But they practice and practice for decades to run that only 3 minutes. So that is what the mindset is of a professional. You like to train, but you want to make yourself every day better and better and better. So they trained for years, for 1.5 minutes, that's a pro. So that's how I trained my skill as well. I made a choice to continue as a professional to take my skills to the next level. So what you can do, what I have done, is I went to YouTube. And this is I think that's a beautiful, what we have right now in timing is that if you type something in, how to invite people, how to find prospects, when you just type it in YouTube, you find lots of videos on that. And if you just watch it and over and over and over and over again, and there are several books on that as well. So you can find it out, you can order a book and you can read it. And then you started to absorb the knowledge, what you need to become a professional. So I went personally to YouTube videos, put it into the practice, try out all sorts of tactics. And a lot of people are jumping in right now in this call. They agree with me that I never, ever give up. And everything I will try. If something not work out, what I think that must be the basics, then I choose for another way. Because I know for sure that every time you practice and you learn from your mistakes, you can even become a better professional as well. So I'm even follow Eric Worre's training in America. I just took the plane and have followed the training of Eric Worre in 4 days. And at the same point, that's my experience, things started to work out. Finally, it's just like going to a gym. When you are going to the gym, you cannot become an Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1 week. That's maybe with animals, but it's a little bit difficult to become Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1 week. So you have to practice. And maybe for 4 months, you see nothing on your body. And on Sunday, you see, look, I have more muscles. Wow, it's gonna be work. Yes. And then you see the results, and then you're going on and you move forward to the next level as well. And that is exactly the same with driving a car. The first hours, it's really strange. And if you have your driver's license, the first time without an instructor, that you're sitting alone in your car with your driver's license, just alone, nobody in the car, it's really a bit scary. And then you need some years to practice more to become a professional in driving a car. So it's exactly the same with network marketing. It's fun. It's nice. And what I see when I practice network marketing, it's also like personal growth. You learn skills, what you didn't learn on school or on your work. It's really, really interesting. Besides of getting money and get your commissions every single week, it's also be a tour and journey to become even a better person as in personal development, because you learn some skills. It's really scary when you are sitting in front of the audience and you do your business presentation for the first time. It's really scary. And when you're doing that for the second time, the third time, the 10th time, then it must be more pleasure and you like it. And then you someday you see, just 10 people. I like it to do the presentation for 100 people, 1,000 people. I like that. And that's exactly the same when you practice the network marketing profession as well. So what I especially want to tell you in this story is that you have a choice with Amplivo. Are you a starter of Amplivo? Are you an amateur? Or are you become a professional? Or maybe you choose to be a supporter, just buy a package, a plastic neutral package, just for 10 euro, 100 euro, and that's it, done. Or you choose to become an Amplivo influencer and you start, and then you become an Amplivo amateur, and then a professional. And the main thing what I want to tell you with this story is start with making a choice. What are you? Are you an Amplivo influencer? Then amplify your voice. You cannot become an Amplivo influencer that, yeah, I will see what I can do tomorrow. It's a choice. You are choosing for doing your business. So you're an Amplivo influencer or you're an Amplivo influencer. It's up to you. It's very easy. So, and you need to learn some skills. How can you learn some skills? You can, let's say that you go to the gym and you watch over and over and over again, and tons of videos, how you can practice, how you can build your muscles, how you can be strong. But if you not go to the gym, you have all the knowledge in your mind, but on the other hand, you must practice. You must just do it. So what I figure out is that I learn tons of skills and tons of knowledge, but I also put it in practice. So I learn something, I saw something, I read something, and I figure out, that can be work. And then I put it in practice. And then you learn the skill while you do so. Because what you are learning is the skill from somebody else. And you must have it to make it your own. So if you read something or you watch something, and then you have the knowledge, and then you make your own practice and you create your own skill, what fits more by yourself as a person. And that will be grow. In the beginning, it will be scary, and then you can get maybe even better every single day as well. So, and the great thing is that anyone can become a professional. Even me. I was just a starter many years ago. It's nothing to do with your background, experience, contacts, age, gender. I see a lot of people, yeah, I don't know. I have no friends. I have just 3 friends and that's it. I'm alone. But you can find it right now. A lot of audience, a lot of prospects in the world. And anyone can learn and apply the right skills. And that's what we are going to talk about today as well. So as a professional, you basically need 3 elements. Buy yourself first, at least a plastic neutral package, so you know what the procedure is. And I know we are just at the beginning of the CSR plastic credits. We are just at the beginning of the expansion of Corsair, of Amplivo. And of course, we must walk through different stages. And keep that in mind. It's very, very good that we are the number one, that we are just sitting there on the front end and we can purchase the plastic neutral package and the CSR with the lowest price you will ever see in the world right now. But on the other hand, we must walk also more to all the different challenges and changes as well. So it's beautiful that we are the first and we have all the benefits. And on the other hand, it's walk through every single change what we have walked through. So keep that in mind. It's just a procedure. So what I'm doing, what I'm personally doing, because I know that we are changing maybe every week or maybe every 2 weeks or once in a month. So if I purchase my package every single week, then I keep my feeling about the plastic neutral package. I keep my feeling on the procedure, what's going to happen. And what I see, and that's more in my practice as well, is that people buy in package 3 years ago, and now 3 years later, they find something out about the CSR plastic credits, and it was beautiful and great vision, etc. And they want to purchase a second package after 3 years. And they are confused because, I don't know anything. And how can I proceed? And how can I buy? And how can I purchase a plastic neutral package? Help me. But on the other hand, when you buy every single week, just a package of 10 euro, 10 euro every single week, maybe from your commissions, or maybe you put some USDT in it. It's depending of the gas fee of the ERC20, of course, but the USDT will be the cheapest as well. But if you're doing so every single week, two things will happen. One thing, if you are doing that and also your team are doing that, that means one, your team and you have to practice and have to experience every single week how it is to purchase a package. So you have to experience and you have the feeling of the Amplivo. And the second thing is that you create by yourself and your team a recurring income. And when you create a recurring income for yourself and your team, the motivation is there. So if everybody buy a package every single week with 10 euro, then first of all, you help to reduce the plastic waste. You get the same value as a digital receipt back in CSR plastic credits, with an extremely low price right now. So it's a very good thing to purchase every single week your package. And in the meantime, you collect the CSR plastic credits, but you can sell it maybe in the future and you learn, etc. So this is what we are doing as a professional. So number two, fully understand the compensation plan. If you want to become an Amplivo influencer and you don't know the compensation plan, and I know it's maybe a little bit tough to walk through every single thing, but watch over the compensation plan, watch over. If you don't understand it, please go to the Amplivo Weekly Calls. There you find all the information, you learn a lot of things. So if you do not know how the compensation plan works, it's very difficult to make the right choices. You can find this on YouTube as well. And we have done tons of Amplivo Weekly Calls on the compensation plan. So you can find it on Amplivo International on YouTube channel. And by the way, you can find all the recorded versions as well. So the third element is the most important, and that's you. You. It's very, very simple. You can absorb all the knowledge. You can read books. But if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. So what my experience is yes, it's maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone to talk with strangers. It's maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone to invite the people for a business presentation. Yes, it is. Yes, it is scary. And especially when people are saying, no, that's not for me. And that's scary when you invite the people and you say, and you hear a no, it's really scary. But on the other hand, when you're doing like the practice and you do it every single day and just invite the people, I know for sure, and I think you agree with me, that you can be better and better and better while you do so when you invite the people. Yes, of course, you make a lot of mistakes. Yes, of course, you get a lot of no's. That's a part of the deal. No problem. So you are the most important person to make a decision. And that means that you take fully responsibility for the success of your Amplivo business. Fully. And what will I mean by that? Decide today as well not to blame others, not to blame the company, not to blame the uplines, not to blame the cross lines, not to blame the downlines, not to blame the cat or the dog or the weather. It's just you. So everything changes when you make a choice that you are fully responsible for your own success and your own personal growth. And be happy with that. I'm also making a lot of mistakes. And I'm grateful for that. Because it's for myself a way that I can see what I can improve to become better. So I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I'm just not afraid because I like that, to make mistakes. that's a point for myself that I can say, if I can turn this around in an opportunity and I can make myself better so that I cannot make that mistake again, then I will be growing. And that's how a professional Amplivo influencer are thinking about it. So in network marketing business, you also need only 7 skills. And I know for sure, and maybe Roger have something like that as well as prepare, but I don't know, is that you can find, if you search on YouTube with Eric Worre, 7 skills to network marketing, you find the right thing as well. So it's a skill to find people. But how do you can create your skill? Just start. Just start. Do it. Go to Facebook, and I will show you in a minute as well how I do that on Facebook. So that's for everybody an extra, because of your take your Sunday morning, your free Sunday morning into the Amplivo Weekly Call. And I like that. So this is my present for you, so that I can learn how you can find the prospects on Facebook as well. So it's a skill to invite the people. So don't trap in the thing that you are invite people through WhatsApp and then you send the messages out to 100 people directly. So you burn the 100 people directly. So you're finished, done. It's been better that you talk with the people on a one-on-one, live. And I will show you in a minute as well. So it's a skill to show people your product. It's a skill to follow up. It's a skill to help people. And you only get the skill to doing so in the practice as well. So today we are only going to talk about 2 most important ones, and that are finding the prospects and how to invite. And I think that's the most important thing. All right, so how to find the prospects? Well, the first question people always ask with that skill is, do I know enough people? And if you have see also the other Amplivo weekly calls, and when we dive more in the compensation plan, is that a lot of people are thinking that if you want to become a professional in network marketing, that you need tons of people and that you must subscribe 100, 200 people into your network. No, that's a mistake. Really, that's a mistake. Keep it simple and smart. Do I know enough people? The only thing you have to look into your team to make your team structure building as automatically, you only find 3 people. And that will be remind me on that video as well, Roger. You only need 5 people. Easy peasy from Eric Worre as well. But it's just that. You only have to need 3 people who are doing exactly the same as what you are doing. So do I know enough people? And they think they need to know a lot of people to be successful in the business. So Roger, you are still there? Yes, all right, sorry. All right, the picture was frozen. So, and the people are thinking that you need to know a lot of people to be successful in the business. And it sounds logical, but it's absolutely not true. And keep that in mind. What I'm doing when I'm starting network marketing business, the first thing what I'm doing and what I'm searching, can I find 3 people with the same thought, with the same vision, with the same attitude, with the same thing that they want to become an Amplivo influencer as well, and that they want to take the business and to learn the skills as a professional. And that's my target. My target is not that I invite as much as people as I can, and that's, you want to jump in? 10 years? Yeah, very great. You want to also jump in? Yeah, come in my team. And that brings me a headache, because all the people who are choosing as a supporter, and they ask a lot of questions, etc. So what I'm doing as a professional, I'm looking and I'm searching for the right people, and I only need 3 people. And when they are doing as well, because I'm searching for 3 professional people, I know for sure they are teachable, they want to learn the skills, that there are people what I want to work with them, and help them also to do so, to become a professional as well as an Amplivo influencer. Then your business will be grow, because your 3 people work together with myself. So we are with 4 people. And then that 3 people with myself as well help to find another 3 people. So the next thing is 9 people, 27 people, 81 people, 243 people. Now your business is growing. And I know as experience that when you have 3 people, 9 people, 27 people, 81 people, 243 people, on that time, your team will grow automatically. So that means that you put a lot of energy in it to work together with your teams, etc., etc. So when it comes to the 3 different categories of people, the starters think of a mental list. Yeah, about 3-4 people they can invite to the business. So that's what I'm searching, and I'm not bring the business to the people. It's just the opposite. I'm just asking the right questions so that I know, have I deal with somebody as a starter or an amateur, or something with the mindset of a professional? What kind of people do you think what I prefer? I like to prefer the people who are thinking like a professional. So, but let's start with the starter. And so you can see the difference as well. So as a starter, and you say, all right, let's start it and make a list. And what the starters are doing, they're thinking of a mental list. I done that one, and I cannot invite that one, and maybe that one, and it's just thinking. And the second group of the amateurs, they really make a list of 100 people, but are too afraid to invite those people. And I think you have also that experience as well. People are in this call, is you have a list, and I make a list. Do you have a list? Yeah, I have my list. All right, so now you can invite these people. I'm a little bit afraid. I don't know how to invite these people. And I know that was also my biggest fear in the beginning. I make a list with 100 people, 200 people. And when I talk to the people, I also did not do it well, and I quickly run through my list without results as well. That's my experience, honestly. That was my experience as well. So what I see right now, and a lot of people agree with me who are sitting in this call as well, what I'm from a starter to an Amplivo amateur to a professional, what I'm doing right now is just 3-way calls. And that works very, very well. 3-way calls, and I bring someone in the call with the experience of the profession, and I make a connection, and I invite them, and just a 3-way call live or a 3-way call on the Zoom call, and the score of after that meeting, the score is about 95% of the people who wants to say, yes, I am in the business. So that's the difference as well. So the third group of people, the professionals, and this is the difference. They speak to everything and everyone. And don't make the mistake that you speak to everyone and do the presentation before the presentation, so that you tell everybody about the profession, and that we have a facility in Bangkok, and then we produce the plastic waste into oil, and 120,000 kilogram a month, and you can convert it in 90,000 liter, etc., etc. And that we ISCC certificate, etc. Then you overrule the people. And I will help you with that as well, what you can say to the people as well. So talking to the people about the business was a skill they developed, and it had become part of the job to find new people as well. So if you want to become a professional, follow these 4 easy steps. Make a list of names of everyone you know, really everyone, without thinking whether or not they are suitable to approach for Amplivo. If they are negative and you have a negative experience, put them on the list. If you hate them, put them on the list. If you know never done everything in network marketing, put them on the list. Why? Because maybe you put somebody on your list, but if and as soon you put that person on the list, you think about the friends of the friends. Ro, yeah. I hate that guy. I hate them. But I know that he has some friends. I like them. But if your mindset is, I hate them. I don't want them. I want that guy on my list. So you're blocked. You're blocked readily. You're blocked everything about that person as well. So scrap and put everybody on your list, from the school, the work. And I know for sure that a lot of people heard this many, many times ago. Make a list. But this is really, really what works. Make a list. And why is this is so important? Because as you empty your mind out of paper, it will make more rooms for new contacts to find room in there. And this is the trigger, guys. This is the trigger. If you make a list and you make room in your mind that all that people was coming in your mind, you put them on the list, you can empty your mind. It's like a glass. You can, when the glass is full of water and you put more water in it, it's going to be a mess, right? So when you drink some water, now you can put new water in it, and maybe fresh, cold water. This is what I'm meaning. So the other thing is, the more action, the more reaction. As soon, and this is also my experience as well, as soon you start to put and to make a name list, you will start automatically on other names. And that will just pop up in your mind. And people, you're not thinking about it. Now you are thinking about that person as well. So that's why you make a list without any restrictions. So when you write your nephew, for example, you will begin to think about the circle of people around the nephew. All these names will come to you if you're starting to make your list of names as well. If you do this correctly, you will get a list of 100, 200, maybe thousands of people. And now your mind is thinking, oh, wow, I have a list of about 1,000 people. Wow, I didn't know that I know so much people. Have you heard the concept that we are 6 steps away from every person in the world? And that's really that's one. So step number 2 is thinking about which people know the people who are on the list. Add them to the list as well. So don't worry about what you will do with this list. We talk about later as well. Constantly work on your list. I have my list in my suitcase, and every time when a name is pop up in my list of in my mind, I put them on my list. And that's why the professionals say, this is my active candidate list. So I met a lot of people every single day. And when I met some people and I have the contact details, I put them on my list. So if you have a list of 100 people, and keep that in mind, if you have a list of 100 people and you don't work on your active new contacts, that means that you walk through your whole list and on some point you have nobody left. So if you have make a list and you walk through the list and in the same time you put new contacts in the list to make new friends, just make new friends. It's just a contact. Don't put and don't say that you have plastic waste and that you have an opportunity, etc., etc. Just make new contacts. So you have an active candidate list. You can walk through your first candidates to your prospects, and you find new prospects, put them in your list, and then you have an active candidate list that will never be ended. So that means that you can invite every single day new people because you have time to make new friends, to make a relationship. And in the meantime, you work already on your friends who have you already make your trust, etc., etc. So that's why we call it an active candidate list. So meet new people, and it's hard to meet new people if you don't go out. So go out, have some fun, drink a Guinness with Roger, take the plane, just do a presentation and take the plane back. Something like that. Do something. And also, when you are traveling, you make new friends. And don't sit in a corner and, oh, I'm afraid to speak with people. It's just fun. Just make new connections, make friends. And maybe in the beginning it must be really scary. But if you are doing so, you see that your mindset will be different. Your mindset will be changed. And if your mindset will be changed, you attract automatically new friends. That's how it works. So how to invite? Once you have identified the prospects on your list of names, the next skill is to learn the best way to invite. And this is a very important skill, because I think you know what happens if you don't invite the people for your Amplivo presentations. You only build your list, and then you can say, lekker, my lists are now 100 people, 200 people, 300 people, 1,000 people. Yeah, great. But if you don't invite the people for the Amplivo presentations, it's a little bit difficult. So the most common mistakes, people think you should know everything about Amplivo first. And I will introduce KISS principle as well. We have covered that in last weeks as well. So keep it simple and smart. Keep it simple and smart. If you are new in the Amplivo business, you don't have to know all the things about the Corsair and the concept and the compensation plan. No, absolutely no. The only thing what you need is where you can find the right information. And if you invite somebody, you can show them as well where they can find the information. Another thing that people don't want to start and build a business because they think that they must show the results first, so that people can convince and that can overrule the people. Look what I have earned. You can learn. You can earn so as well if you do, and they become an Amplivo influencer. No. And also, you must have a certain reputation before you can invite the people. No, you don't have to be a professional in Amplivo. Everybody can just start it. If you subscribe today, as the first time, you see in the top of it your own personal referral link. And the only thing you have to do is then invite the people for the business presentations. We are telling the whole thing, the whole concept. And if you don't know how to purchase a package, etc., you can find it on the start page as well by the step-by-step tutorials. Easy peasy. You don't have to know anything. That's the beautiful of this concept as well. So the basics of what I'm learned with this skill is the basic was not to invite people right away, but to educate them on what I have to offer them, and then let those prospects decide if Amplivo is something they want to or not. That's a profession. So this was a huge switch in my strategy, and I began to look on different things as well. And I will show you in a minute the step-by-step things what you can do. So I just talk with the people and then invite, but I will show you that in a minute. So for building a large and duplicated organization, I have found that the tool is better the first steps, and learn the skills to continue as a professional along the way. So if you have a system, if you have things what you can use to introduce new people as well, then you can start it. So our goal is to educate you and understand the business, what we are doing with Amplivo. We want people to know what opportunity we have and understand how it can be benefit their lives as well. So one tool, and this is, I think that I have left 3 slides and then I'm finished. One tool you can use is to use the AIDA formula. And what will be better said? And that's the attention. So first of all, when you offer somebody something, you must attract the attention. Then you can build the interest and people get desire, and then you can take the action. So this is more the practical way, and that you can just practice. And I know for sure, this is my experience, and I know for sure this is also the experience of Roger and many people in this field as well. Keep it simple and smart. when you met somebody and you just talk about the weather and the children and the work, etc., etc. First thing, build a relationship. Second thing, build trust so that you know each other. Maybe that people will call you again and so shall we drink a beer again because it was really, really good. And if you have your cold contact, make it a warm contact, then maybe someday, maybe absolutely not the first day, but on some point when you are building your relationship, building your name list, maybe you can say something like this. So, hey, Roger, what do you think of the plastic waste in the world? What do you think? What the people will answer. Do you think that the people say, ah, yeah, great. I like that plastic waste. No, you know already the answer. People are saying the plastic waste, yeah, it's a really, really, really big problem. Yeah, it's a really big problem. And are you aware that you are contributing to this yourself? Oh, no, I didn't know. Yeah, I hear that only 10% of the plastic waste is recycled and that the main problem is the 90% what is not recycled. Oh, yeah. Oh, so, and also, are you aware that you as a person produce about 50 kilo of plastic waste? Oh, no, interesting. What if you can contribute to reducing this amount of plastic? Would it be interesting of you? Yes, because now you're talking about his or her plastic. And yes, of course, it's just bring the people the knowledge that the people understand where the plastic problem is started. And that they also, as myself as well, I'm also one of the persons who bring the plastic in the world. I'm used to plastic every single day. So I'm also guilty with the whole plastic waste production. Yeah. So what if I can show you of maybe you are aware that you can clean up this mess for just 10 euro and that you get more value in back. So for 10 euro and maybe you can 20 euros back, that's double your money. Would that be interesting of you? Of course. Yeah. Can I do that? Yeah. And then you can say, all right, can I send you a short 2-minute video? Yes, of course. So you see that you have already 3 yeses. So it's very difficult for a person to say no, because they are aware of the problem. They want to help. They see that if you purchase a package of 10 euro, they get more value back. And now you can send a short 2-minute video. Where can you find the short 2-minute video? That's exactly the video what is always started the Amplivo Weekly Calls. And Roger say it over and over again. Please go to YouTube, find that link as well. And I make it more easier for you, is you can find it on plasticwastemovement.com in 8 different languages already. So it's very interesting when you are on holiday on Spain and you see somebody and you have a little conversation, but you don't understand the Spanish language as well, then you can send them to the plasticwastemovement.com. They find the right video, just a 2-minute video. And after that, it will follow automatically into the presentations, etc., etc. So this is my part, Roger. It's I take a lot of time today, but I think it's a very important thing as well. I don't know, maybe you have a short video or this is, or
I have a little video that I wanted to play because it's very, very interesting. Now, it's interesting what you were putting in there earlier, Renee. You were saying about the 7 steps, Eric Warrior. I was so close to putting that back in again today, but then I thought, no, there's other areas. We've seen that before and we're looking at others. But I just wanted to say to everyone, big point that Renee's bringing out in here and saying in here. Just remember, there was one of the slides that took me back. Just remember, never, ever, ever point the finger. You saw me pointing the finger when there's, because I can guarantee you there's at least 3 fingers pointing back at you. If you point the finger and blaming this, oh, it's not, it's someone else's fault, not your own. You know, take responsibility for your own business. But I've got a great little video, and I thought because of its simplicity, I've actually had a couple of videos, but we can save the other one for another time. But this was because of its simplicity and straightforward on, how to invite. You got to remember, don't give too much. Rene's covered all this, and he's covered it beautifully. But, just from someone else saying, don't give away. You don't have to tell everyone everything. All you need to be able to do is invite them to a presentation. And that's getting them to the presentation. So let me just share with you.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tanya Liza from TanyaLiza.com, and in our home business there is a couple of things that we need to learn how to do properly, certain skill sets we need to have massive results like we want. And today what I'm going to talk about is how to invite to your opportunity presentation properly. So stay tuned. Okay, so I get this question asked a lot, and it's really, really simple, and it shouldn't be complicated at all for anybody, especially after you're done watching this video. And I'm going to share with you exactly what I do to invite my prospects, whether warm market or cold market, to my business opportunity presentation. So we have to remember a couple of things. We don't want our prospect asking us a bunch of questions on the phone. We want to be making those dials, and we want to be moving on as fast as possible. So just remember that. So obviously, if you're going to invite, my suggestion is to always pick up the phone, okay? We're not going to text over business. I don't do business over text or messages. That's not how a professional operates, okay? So let's get comfortable with picking up the phone, because we are in network marketing and it's something we need to do, okay? So basically, I grab my phone. Who am I going to call today on my list? You got your list, whatever it is, right? And you're going to call Joe, okay? Hey Joe, what's going on? This is Tanya. I'm in a big rush. I don't have a lot of time. I'm about to hop into a meeting. Do you have a quick minute? Okay, so that's exactly what I say. Now the elements to that are be in a hurry, all right? Because you gotta be in a hurry. Otherwise, Joe might ask you a bunch of questions that you're not prepared to answer. You want Joe to get to the presentation, because the presentation is gonna answer all the questions. You do not wanna be doing the talking or the selling. You wanna let your tools do all of that for you, okay? So if you're talking too much, you're messing everything up. Trust me, the best professionals in network marketing, even though we could explain everything, we don't for many reasons. So act in a hurry. Hey Joe, this is Tanya. Glad I caught you. I'm in a big rush. I only have a quick minute. I'm about to run into a meeting right now. Did I catch you at a good time? Do you have just 30 seconds for me? Okay. And they'll most likely say yes, and that's what you're looking for. So Joe will be like, yeah, Tanya, what's up? I'm like, Joe, I've got something really, really important that I need to show you. It's going to take about 15 minutes of your time. How soon can you be in front of your computer? Can you do that tonight? Can you carve out like 15 minutes tonight at 7 o'clock? Okay. Now, I don't know your presentation format. You might do it in a meeting. You might do it in a home party. You might do it just over the phone. You might have a good presentation you can log them onto. I personally do a lot of my business over the phone, because if it's out of my local area, if it's in your local area, you want to get with them for coffee and show them the presentation, however you normally do it with your company format. For me, a lot of it is over the phone, and I put them in front of a computer and I get them to watch a 14-minute video. So that's what it sounds like for me, but you can tweak it for however it might be for your presentation. So basically, it just carves out the time. My time to show a presentation is about 15 minutes. I say, hey, I need to show you something important. Okay, that's all I say. I say nothing more. I need to show you something important. Okay, that's what I say. And then I say, I need 15 minutes of your time. How soon can I get you in front of your computer, and can I get you to carve out that 15 minutes? Would 7 o'clock tonight work for you? Okay, and they're gonna say, sounds important. Probably need to make time for this. Okay, yeah, sure. And now, what are the probable chances of Joe saying, Tanya, what is it? Right? Probably pretty high. I mean, 90% of the time I'll get, Tanya, what is it? Hey Joe, like I said, I'm in a big rush right now, and I only have a couple of minutes. I'm getting ready to run into a meeting. I can explain all the details tonight at 7 when we meet. So does that still work for you? Okay, awesome. I'm going to carve out some time. I'm actually really busy right now, but I'm going to carve this out. So sharp, 7 o'clock, I'll call you. Make sure you're in front of your computer. Okay. I sort of say, I reiterate the time back to them to confirm, just to let them know I'm busy and I'm actually carving this time out just to avoid getting stood up, right? And life is busy. They don't mean to stand you up, but sometimes it can happen. So I basically just say, hey, look, and that's why you say you're in a hurry, right? Then you don't have to go over the details. Now, if they press you for the details, then I just say, you know, Joe, I don't have a lot of time right now. Doesn't sound like right now or today is good for you. I'll call you back in a couple of days and maybe we can connect then. Now they're going to go to sleep and they're going to go, wow, what does Tanya have to show me? It must be really important. They're going to have a hard time sleeping, right? Because they didn't book something with you. You said you were excited, you had something important, and because they asked you too many questions, I kind of went next. All right. And I move fast with my people, and I encourage you to do too. People want to join or be a part of things that are big, that are fast moving. And if you don't act as if, at least until you get to that point, your people are going to not look at you in a way that you want them to look at you by when it comes to your business presentation when you get to that point. So the best thing to do is be in a hurry, you know, carve out the time. I have something important that you need to see, no details, and just reconfirm the time and schedule it. By using that invite process, guys, I promise you, you will fill up your calendar this week with appointments, and that's where the money is in what we do. So hopefully you got value out of this video, and if you have not yet picked up my home business survival guide that teaches you how to recruit effortlessly in your business and to build a big team globally fast, there's 7 skills that you need to have to be really good at and be very successful in your business. In this free guide that I'm giving away right now, it'll teach you exactly what those 7 skills are and how to implement them into your business. If you don't already have that, you can go to TanyaEliza.com and you can pick that up absolutely free, my gift to you. Have an awesome day. We'll see you on the next video. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tanya Eliza from Tanya Eliza.
Hi guys. Right. Okay. I thought that was very good. And, you know, how to invite. Just remember, you know, people, that it's very, very, very difficult to, you know, if you stick to the rules. But notice what she said at the end there. She talks about the 7 steps. It's Eric Worre again. All that stuff that you've had before. It's all in the tools. It's all stuff we've shown you before. And I'll guarantee you, if you speak to any network marketing professional, will he tell you, if you ask them outright, is he hanging around or hanging out with the same people or doing business with the same people when he started the business? I'll guarantee you 99.999% sure that he is not hanging out with the original people. Just remember, the worst critics that you can have will be your close friends and your family. So, you know, sometimes you've got to go outside those circles to find your people. Remember, people, you need 3. So thank you very much. I hope you got some value from this today, and we'll see you all again next week. Take care. Bye.